Chapter 25. New God, Science, Worthless Academia. Man, whose tool of survival is the mind, does not merely fail to teach a child to think, but devotes the child's education to the purpose of destroying his brain, of convincing him that thought is futile and evil before he has started to think. Academia, the universities, the philosophies taught, and the entire educational system in America and the Western world has become a subversive force to manufacture the weak. These educational systems are worshipped as the new gods in our Western world, with the old wisdom: go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and you shall live happily ever after. That old wisdom is from 1929, when the Great Depression hit and people flocked from the farms into the cities to get jobs. In 1940, 5.5% of American men and 3.8% of American women had degrees. A degree used to be special and something elite that roughly 1/20th people would have. It truly was special in 1930 or 1940. As of 2016, 33.2% of men and 33.7% of women had four-year degrees. Distract people from real faith and replace it with artificial faiths in other systems. In education, distract them from learning something constructive, pragmatic, and efficient. Instead of mathematics, chemistry, history, teach them sexuality, home economy, anything to distract. Man is the only animal that cripples his children's ability to survive. Students treat the university as if it is God. The university is supposed to be a storehouse of knowledge and a place for higher learning. Instead, most universities are a place where creativity goes to die. They are impractical versions of trade schools and sell things that are outdated and deliver them in antiquated ways. In 2005, I signed up for the innovative new program at the University of Manitoba, Jazz. Jazz has not been a relevant music since 1960, yet the university, being 45 years behind reality, was offering a brand new subject of study. How out of touch can you be with reality? I asked my professors at the time if we could learn sampling or digital music. They had nothing to teach. DJs were just starting to proliferate in popular music, and live music was becoming antiquated in the real world of the music business. Even the business schools are out of touch because the universities rely on published books and published academic papers to be truth and good sources. This is bullshit in the new world. Information moves too fast. Publishing physical academic papers is too slow. They are reactive and behind the cutting edge nowadays because of the velocity of technology. This publishing system is antiquated and manipulated for ulterior motives when it comes to medicine, drugs, and other studies such as global warming. Science, or what the popular masses deem to be science, is created in universities to serve an agenda and not for the real knowledge of truth of a subject. Today's science is tomorrow's laughingstock. Our broken education system comes from Prussia, and Prussia no longer exists. Kindergarten is a German word that means garden of children, and Prussian schools were designed to create obedient workers, soldiers, and employees. They were not designed to create free thinkers who challenge the system and the crap that is served to them every day. Prior to formal schools, the way to transfer knowledge from man to man was through masters and apprentices. If you wanted to be a blacksmith, you lived and worked with the blacksmith and you were his apprentice. I believe that the relationship between masters and apprentices and mentors and mentees is the true way to learn. In my own education company, we coach and mentor students all over North America to learn complex subjects such as real estate investing with none of their own money, sales, negotiation, and other hard-to-learn subjects through coaching, mentoring, and master-apprentice relationships. People have been learning successfully throughout all of human history in master-apprentice relationships. Only in the last century have we decided to violate these important ways to learn with classrooms and industrial-style learning, which doesn't work well. I come from an education family, a family of teachers. Last summer, while driving out to the lake, my mother lamented that the kids are no longer showing up to the classroom in her high school. I said, "The classroom is obsolete, Mom. The kids are smart. They can Google the information. They can use a calculator. They can watch a video online for free on YouTube. They don't have to sit there and listen to a shitty teacher who sucks at teaching go through some 20-year-old textbooks that have no weight in reality anymore. Kids are smart. The system is dumb, and the system needs to die like the dinosaur it is and be reworked. Masters and apprentices need to be brought back, and technology needs to be leveraged to speed up the education process." The 12-year school curriculum between kindergarten and grade 12 is only 12 years to socially condition the students into obedient workers, and has nothing to do with actually teaching. The purpose of the school system is to dumb the students down and make them slow and unable to think on their own. I explained to my mother that in my education company, the students don't show up to my classes anymore. They get their learning over the phone, one-on-one coaching, online in a video bank, webinars, group coaching, direct text and email access to their coach, and through media consumed at home with CDs, DVDs, boxed manuals, etc. My last classroom session I held should have had 80 students show up, but only 23 showed up to class. The rest had learned on their own time, got the results they wanted in real life, and saw no need to come to class. My education company also doesn't do tests or mark students. Instead, they do a real live project where they flip a house and make real profit. Real profit in their pocket is their report card, not some stupid card that says, "Billy didn't show up to class" or is unengaged. No one cares about that. To create strong men once again, I think we need to see a return to the historical education system of masters and apprentices, coaches and mentors. That is the best and fastest way to transfer real knowledge, not some textbook garbage. Donald Trump is the reigning strongman in the USA at the time of writing this book. He went to Wharton School of Business, one of the best business schools in the USA. But he gives very little credit to his success for his degree from Wharton. Instead, he attributes his success to his mentor, his father, Fred Trump, a $100 million man who mentored Donald to be strong. Masters and apprentices, fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, mentors and mentees, and coaches. That is how knowledge is practically transferred throughout generations. Today, our classrooms and universities are mostly obsolete and broken. Wealthy families, second generation has a 70% chance of losing wealth. Third generation has a 90% chance of losing wealth. To transfer knowledge from one generation to the next is a perilous task, and that is why wealth is lost from one generation to the next. The same applies to how to be a man. With no father to teach a man how to be a man, the boy will stay a boy forever. Without proper mentoring programs, young men will continue to be weak men until they are mentored by a strong man to learn the skills they need to survive.